Hey everybody, welcome to Eringy. I am Erin and this is your monthly energy forecast for February 2024. So as I always say, it's really good to grab a pen and paper, write down your insights, use your intuition. This is a collective reading, so you're going to have far more specific information coming to you as we go through each of these cards today. Okay, so go do that and then I'll meet you back here. Alrighty, gorgeous. So are you ready? Let's just take some breaths to center ourselves and connect with the universal support that is all around us, our spiritual support team. I'm sure that they're at the ready, wanting to give us all the insights that we can look forward to for this month. But let's just do a recap of last month's energy forecast, which was all about new beginnings. Made total sense, didn't it? Considering that January is, we do tend to look at January as a period of starting fresh. And yeah, so this month may be sort of building upon that. So we're gonna see. All right, so let's see what the theme of this this month is going to bring. Okay, let's not focus too much on the words here. Trapped in fear. Alrighty. Hesitation. I'm feeling hesitant. I'm feeling like I just don't want to take that next step. I'm too afraid. It's like you've got these goals and these dreams and aspirations, but there's something that's pulling you back. I have to apologize for a second because I've got some incense burning. There's a lot of smoke coming across here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but yeah, just, it's all good. We're not burning down or anything like that, so that's good. Okay, yes. So hesitation and feeling like I'm being pulled back. All right. So our theme. Let's see if we can overcome that. Let's see if we can move forward without the fear or despite the fear. I think sometimes we've got to feel it and do it anyway, don't we? Yeah. I think this is really about deciding if we want to, if we're ready, if we're gonna do it, if we're gonna take that leap, if we're just gonna screw it, I'm just gonna go for it, or if we're going to allow the fear to keep determining the setbacks. I am not clear just yet as to what we can name this theme to sort of encompass all of that. I think I'd actually like to wait and sort of see what the rest of these cards have in store for us. So we're going to come back to that, but just keep this in mind that the feeling I'm getting with February is more along the lines of it's feeling like there's not as much hope as there is dropping into that space of fear. So maybe our theme is more about hope. Yeah. Okay. We're going to come back to that. We will confirm it at the end. Okay. All right. Reading's going to be a bit different this month also. I was kind of drawn to sort of asking different questions this time, or sort of doing it slightly differently. And I know that we're not always into like the change, but sometimes change is a good thing and necessary. So it's a little bit different in terms of questions being asked. This next card, we're going to focus on what's going to come into your life. So what are you going to be working towards? What are your goals, accomplishments, that kind of thing? Okay, so let's have a sticky beak. Okay, so we have the recognition and reward card. So you're working toward confirmation that you're on the right track. You're working toward something that means that you feel like you are fulfilling different areas of your life that really are speaking to you from the heart space. You've been doing this for a while as well, and if anything, like last year, 2023 was very much understanding and learning about what that is to each of us. What is our passion, our purpose, our drive? And this year is really about concreting that even further, learning more about ourselves, but then really starting to show up in the physical aspect of that. So you are starting to accept that, which is beautiful. This is a really good card to be coming back to during the new moon as well this month. So because new moon's about setting new goals, setting new intentions, checking in with the heart space to see what your desires are. Okay, so your goal for this month is focusing on how to receive the recognition that you know you're deserving of, but in a way that is from the heart space. You are requiring validation. And yeah, that's one way that it can come up, but it can also be that you are going to receive that recognition. You're going to receive validation that you're on the right track. So that's really exciting. Keep your eyes peeled from the universe. The universe is going to give you some signs. So keep your eyes open. Keep your heart open. Keep your body open, because your body's going to be the thing that'll pick it up. Okay. So anytime that you receive a sign, right, and you think, oh, that's the sign, that's validation, that's telling me I'm on the right track, stick with that. The other side of your mind is going to want to go, are you sure that was a sign? Maybe it wasn't a sign. The first thought that comes to mind, or the first feeling or sensation that you have that is a type of validation for you, you just go with that. You stick with that. Okay, so with this card being a really good one as far as the new moon aspect, I will be doing a new moon reading later on during this month as well, which is going to elaborate even more on this card. Okay, so if you want a little more like information around this, definitely check out the new moon. So ensure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because that's your way of knowing when these readings are going to come up for you. Okay, so this is what's going to come in. So if you're bringing things in and you're allowing the universe to let you know if you're on the right track, you're excited about the validation, and you're really seeking reward for the path that you're on. What are you willing to surrender? What's kind of the very thing that kind of gets in the way of you truly, truly stepping into your power? Okay, financial and material changes. All right, this card, if you've been with me for quite some time, we've been doing readings for quite a while now, you will know, you probably have been quite comfortable seeing this card quite a lot, because it just seems to appear fairly often. I'm going to tune into a little bit with this one. We're surrendering this. This is just something that keeps coming up. So I'm feeling like we haven't quite got it yet, have we? We haven't quite. The meaning behind this is a little bit of surrounding loss, which it is. You know, we're surrendering something, so technically we're losing something. Financial material changes is what it's talking about. We're losing that. We're losing the that aspect of ourselves. So this could actually be like the physical aspect. So you might be losing money, you might be losing material things in some way, but you might be investing that money into something. So it's not really a sense of losing, you're investing in yourself, or you are making space for new things as well. So it doesn't have to be a negative feeling behind this at all. I'm also feeling too, and this is the meaning that has been coming up a lot, is that we really, really do need to start striving for this, striving for what our heart is telling us, rather than being motivated solely and fully 100% on what can we get for this financially. This is root chakra, sacral chakra, energetic stuff. So it's very, very deep down here. It's ancestral wounds also. So if you have this financial background whereby you didn't experience financial stability overly, or you made ends meet, but it wasn't like you had a lot of money left over, and maybe your family was like that, or even ancestrally, like even more so behind that, That's going to impact you as well here in the now. So when you're, this is full moon stuff as well. So we did the new moon, this is full moon stuff. So when you're working with the full moon this month, this is what we'll be working on, financial material changes. So we're working on really trusting that sometimes we have to invest in ourselves for a really good gain. And also that sometimes we need to be more motivated, if not all the time motivated, by what our heart is telling us. Not so motivated by what is the material things. You've really got to ensure that what you are doing from now on is something that you really, really love to do. Okay, it's not enough anymore to be motivated by what the financial things are. I mean, I totally get it. We do need money. I get it completely. But this card keeps coming up. So you and I, because I'm seeing myself in these cards also, you and I, we're missing something here. And I will freely admit that many of my decisions in life these days do revolve around money as well. I feel guilty for saying that because it almost sounds kind of like, oh, it's very unspiritual. But the way the world is these days, it's just feeling really unsafe and there's not a great deal of security in that way. But this is where we've got to change that. We really do. We've got to change that. So this month is about that. And I'm going to be offering some really cool resources to help you and myself, because I don't have it all together either. I've got to remind you that, to help both of us, all of us as a collective on this path so we can, just ensure that we are realigning, that's what I'm trying to say, realigning ourselves to that, that path that our soul wants for us, that we want for ourselves from here, from the heart. All right, excellent. So I'm going to turn over these 4 cards because these ones kind of represent a little bit of a collection of things. So we have, actually, I'm going to show you them separately in a second. I'm just going to see it as a whole picture. Didn't we talk about, that's hilarious. Remember at the beginning where we were sort of saying trapped in fear, and I said maybe we'll come up with the word or the name for this month a little later, and I said hope. Hope. Okay, so that's our thing. Our thing. We gotta kind of like really connect to that and to like grab hold of that energy of hope and really just let that be our guide this month. Okay, so and people are looking at you for their sense of hopefulness as well. So you've got a really big job here. And this is ultimately part of your purpose. You are kind of like this how do I put it, like a lightning rod where, or even like this is going to sound, I don't know if this is going to sound positive or not. Those insect lights, and the insects are drawn to it, and the outcome isn't overly good for them, but you're kind of like that. You draw people in towards you because they sense that you've got something, and it's generally hope. We really do live in this world where it can often feel hopeless, and it can be very easy to feel like we are trapped, that we don't have a decision, and that our life is already kind of determined for us and we can't change it. But we can change it. But our mindset has to change around what we think toward our finances as well. We've really got to be driven more by what our heart is telling us. And if things don't feel right, or you just sense it's not right for you, then it's not. It just isn't. And you might not have an answer for that just yet. You might not know why exactly, but it'll come to you later. It really will. So you are at this opportunity for you to start communicating that and communicating your truth through what you do as well. So if you are tapping into your passion and you're really kind of committed to that these days, then part of that is you communicating that with everyone else, okay? Last year, it seemed so much more internal. It seemed so much more like you kind of had to keep your cards close to your chest. You weren't really, it just wasn't the right timing for you to let everyone know about what you're doing. It's time now. There's got to be that commitment. And part of that will help you get over the fear. Once you start committing to what your purpose and your passion is, and this could be your career as well. It could be a totally different career opportunity. It could be something that you are deciding within your relationship that you're ready to take some new chapter with your partner. It could be something about your health that you are just willing to surrender to and step into. Maybe you are making some better healthy choices now. It's really good to let people know about that because it keeps you accountable. People will be asking you later, hey, how are you going with that project that you were telling me about? Or how are you going with this decision that you and your partner have made? Or whatever it is. So once you put it out there, and you are basically telling the universe, this is what my intention is. Okay, so I can see that. And when you have hope, it means that you are being driven by something else that's not fear. This all has to happen. I can't stress that enough. This all has to happen. This is like the catalyst that you need, the push that you need to be able to just go, stuff it, I'm just doing what I need to do. I'm doing what this place in my body is telling me to do. I'm not doing it because I feel like it's going to be a great financial asset for me. I'm doing it because I just want to do it. Because it feels right. All right, I can totally see that here. And this is part of your transformation. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. I don't think we've realized that for centuries we have made our decisions based on our survival. We really have. And now we are making our decisions based on the heart. Ultimately, that does lead to us surviving and flourishing, but it's a very new concept for us. It's an exciting concept, but it's a little frightening as well, because we haven't had this opportunity before. It's kind of treading on the unknown. Okay, so let me show you why I'm saying all of this. The first card we have here is transformation. Transformation. This is what you're on. You're like, we are going to keep seeing this card, and we have been. 2023, this card came up so many times. We're going to keep seeing this year and onwards. We definitely will, because this is you. This is you transforming. And then the other card that I've drawn here now is the throat chakra card. Okay, throat chakra. Are you communicating your truth? You're being very honest about yourself and where you're going and why you're doing it, and you are letting people know about that, which is wonderful. Third card, which I'd already shown you, I'm going to show you again, hope. The hope card. People are drawn to you. They look to you for guidance and support. You are it. And big shoes to fill, but you've got this. You can do this. And the last card is passion ignited. You can see why, seeing all these 4 cards together, you can see why this is such a turning point for you. If you do that, if you're able to release the financial material, need or want, and if you're ready to embrace people recognizing you and rewarding you for your efforts, it's getting so smoky. Okay, so all of this is based on a singular path. And ultimately, it's a collective reading. So ultimately, this is your decision as to what you decide to do. What are you going to do? Are you going to follow that fear? Or are you going to remain hopeful? Okay, it's up to you. Alrighty, so last card being the summary of what all of this is speaking to us about. And we have rest and rejuvenate. Even though this month is feeling incredibly buzzy, like it's feeling like there's a lot of energy around. I'm going to say when, because there's going to be those periods where you're just like, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I'm like, because of this, because of this, the fear. It's going to keep cropping up. It will. Alrighty, so, we're not going to sugarcoat this reading and go, oh, it's all fine. Don't worry, there's no fear. You're all good. Because, we're not going to experience that, are we? This is life. This is hard sometimes. Okay, so those moments when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like it's just really like the energy is buzzing all around you and you're just like, oh my God, this is where you can come back to. Rest and rejuvenate. Alrighty, go back to nature. All right, go back to nature. Go outside. Connect with the most nourishing, supportive environment that we all have. We're all very much gifted to be amongst. So, because this is your grounding, all right. So this is sort of like ground zero. It's where you'll be coming back to when you really need that that time to just kind of reset. All right. So yeah, do that. This is sort of like we're going to come back to this. Okay. I feel like we're going, like I'm sort of pointing to the trapped in fear card. I feel like we're going back and forward and back and forward. It's a little like a dance, you're going to feel afraid and then you're going to feel empowered and then you're going to feel afraid again and then optimistic and then afraid and hopeful. It's like it's not going to feel like you just got it completely and you can leave the fear behind you and you're no longer affected by it. But this is your powerhouse. Your choices are your power. All right. And if those choices are coming from this heart space, they are definitely your power. Right. Yeah, that for sure. Opening yourself up to intuition, connecting with nature, and of course, doing other practices like yoga and meditation. These are the things that can really easily become adaptive to the lifestyle that you have. You can easily fit in a meditative or a yoga practice each day. It doesn't have to be a long time, just for you to come back to the present moment, come back to self. Okay, press that reboot, reset button when things are starting to feel a little like electric. Okay, so yeah, this is the monthly reading. I know it's not like upbeat, however, it's necessary. This is part of your transformation, yeah, we'll go into a bit more detail in terms of the recognition and reward and financial changes through the new moon and full moon. Okay, so we're going to do that a little later on during the month. So yeah, let me know in the comment section how you feel, what your response is to this reading, and always just, come back to nature. You've got this. You really do. And hey, if you need that extra support, you need to feel like you are part of a community, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and also on social media as well, because, I do tend to kind of go in between YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and that's just my way of communicating with you. But I also have a website as well, so check that out. Make sure you join my mailing list, because I do tend to write some little love letters as well. I haven't done it lately, but that's certainly something I'd really like to step up a little bit more in doing. Okay, that's my passion and purpose. Alrighty, so yeah, February. This is our monthly forecast. Let me know how you go. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. Stay hopeful. Namaste.